Hey guys, we're going to look at the Triangle Sum Theorem today. So normally if we were in school, I would do a little activity where we would cut out a triangle of a piece of paper and we would cut off the three angles. And then we would take those three angles and we would lay them all side by side. And you would discover that when you do that, those three angles will always form a straight line, no matter what kind of triangle you have. A right triangle, an obtuse triangle, an acute triangle, it doesn't matter. Those three angles will always form a straight line. Because the triangle sum theorem says the sum of three interior angles, which just means the three inside angles of any triangle, will always add to equal 180 degrees. Okay, we're going to use that theorem to solve for some missing angles. In this first examples, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, you want to know what the missing angle is. All right, so we know that the three angles need to add up to be 180. So 69 degrees plus 34 degrees plus that missing value need to equal 180 degrees when you add them together. Okay, 69 plus 34 is going to give you 103 degrees. All right, now I'm solving this equation on purpose. Yes, all you're doing is just adding these together and subtracting from 180. The reason I want to write it out in an equation is to help us with what we're going to do in the next slide. It's going to be more helpful to know how to write it out in an equation. Okay. So last thing, this is a one-step equation, right? You would subtract 103 or add a negative 103 to both sides, and you're going to find that maybe x is 77 degrees. Okay. And you can always double check that. You can add those three angles together and it has to equal 180 to make sure that you got that right. All right, now we have an obtuse triangle. It's still going to work the same way. We need to have 113. This isn't working. 113 degrees plus 35 degrees plus the missing value need to equal 180. All right, 113 plus 35 is 148. You're going to subtract 148 from both sides. And you're going to find that x is going to give you 32 degrees. Okay, so those two are pretty straightforward, simple. Now, you'll also be given problems that'll be like this, where you're going to have expressions as the angle measures. So same thing here, these three angles still need to add up to 180. So 6a plus 8, or angle R, plus angle S, which is 4a plus 10, plus angle Q, which is 7a plus 9. All three of those angles need to equal 180. Okay, so when you are doing problems like this, you're going to simplify by combining like terms. So 6a, 4a, and 7a is going to give you 17a. And then you have your constants. So 8, 10, and 9 are going to add to give you 27. Okay, and now it's a two-step equation. So you add a negative 27 to both sides, or subtract 27 from both sides. So you have 17a. Okay, so if you thought we were done solving equations, you were wrong. So going back in geometry. So we're going to subtract here, and we get 153. And then the last step is a one-step equation to divide both sides by 17. So that's going to be that a is 9. Okay, now the directions say to find the measure of each angle. So once we know that A is 9, we can put that back in to solve for each angle. GMM will have it listed like the measure of angle RST equals blank, and you have to fill that in. Okay, always use the middle value. So this is saying RST, that's this angle right here. Okay, so we would put 9 back in for A. So that's 4 times 9 plus 10. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 10 is 46 degrees. Right, and then it might say the measure of S, I don't know where I got T, it's RSQ. Then it might say the measure of SQR. That's S, I'll use a different color. SQR, so that's this angle here. So we have 7, again, A is still 9, plus 9. So that's 63. 63 plus 9 is 72 degrees. Okay, and then it'll ask for the measure of angle QRS. So that's QRS. It's this angle here. Again, you're always looking at that middle value. So RSQ was angle S, SQR is angle Q, and QRS is angle R. Okay, so that is 6 times 9 plus 8. So 6 times 9 is going to give you 54, plus 8 is going to give you 62 degrees. All right, so again, those would be 3 separate boxes that you would have to click the check mark for each time. You can always double check. You can enter all 3 at one time, and you can double check that they add up to be 180 to make sure that you didn't get any of them wrong before you enter them. But just make sure you have to click the check mark for each individual box. So don't forget to enter each problem in. Okay. All right. If you have any questions or problems with these, please reach out to me on email or Teams, and I'll be happy to help you. Good luck.